Hey, what's up, Aquarius? It is summer here. I am back again to do a energy read for your sign in the month of March. It's just a general reading, so if it doesn't apply, don't try to make it fit. If you do find that you want something more personalized, if you kind of resonate with my style per se, check out the information below and you can get information on a private reading. So let's get started. Aquarius, month of March, general energy read. So I went ahead and pulled the overall theme of the energy for your sign for the month of March. And it's kind of interesting because I pulled the man, and there's like two types of men in this deck, okay? There's only two to choose from. So this is kind of interesting that it pulled out for you on this. And of course, with this deck, you always have to pull another card when you pull a male or female, a man or woman, because that in itself has to have a theme to go with it for the actual character to make sense. So the card that was pulled with it, or fell out basically, is the House. And it's interesting because I'm just now realizing that it has this historical feel. You see this tribal man over here, and then you see this kind of olden, 40s, 50s style dress, people, characters, and the home as well, the dwelling. So that's interesting. But what I feel about this type of character, this type of male, is a very masculine man. A long, strengthy line of lineage, just very leaderistic type of vibe I'm getting. You could be dealing with someone that is like a junior, like their family name carries on. So they may be like a junior or a 2, 3, 4, 5, in their name. So maybe a long lineage, a long history. I do feel like this is a manly man, if that makes sense. Like the other man in this deck that it was not pulled is more of a metrosexual per se, the more well-dressed. This is like, if you see the lion, to me that gives like more of a manly feel to it. So whatever that means to you, but the home is a very big theme for you in March. Let's see. So this type of home is something that is kind of says that it's something embedded in you. A home can be a wonderful place, a place of strong traditions and family and love and comfort and happiness, or it can be a complete prison depending on how you were raised. It also can mean that you are simply moving in. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting, is that there is some sort of movement of you moving into a home with this masculine figure coming up. Maybe it's something that's going to be decided. I don't think this is a new home. In fact, I think this is a family home of theirs. You could be moving in with this person and their family. A lot of family feels to this. So that's kind of the overall. It didn't get very direct theme for you per se, but this is the overall theme for Aquarius, his home dwelling and that masculinity. So maybe we can get some more information as we move on, but of course, if it resonates with you, you will know exactly what it's talking about. So let's get into it, Aquarius. And I feel like this would be very good for you anyways, Aquarius, because it kind of vibes with your overall general characteristic of an Aquarian. Aquarians are very community-centered, community-based. They're the humanitarian type of influence. So they're, you know, they don't like, if they're going to do good, they don't want it to be for one or two people. They always see the bigger picture. They like doing things for community. Community focused, forward thinking. They're the ones who are going to start a revolution, plan a revolt, have big plans. The forward thinkers, you know, they're the ones who maybe, what I picture in an Aquarian is that in high school or even in college, they were always the ones who kind of not really started drama, but was always that person that if the class was going one way and they were the ones seeing the political side of it and would voice their opinion and kind of piss some people off, but also had a good point. They're going to be that political voice that kind of just speaks up and wants, it always has the bigger vision of movement versus, you know, smaller. Okay, so let's get just one card for recent past. Here we go. Aquarians for the month of March. We have Four of Pentacles upright. Okay. So this talks about very money focused. You are very put together when it comes to your finances. This is someone who has no problem with spending too much, spending too little. You're not a person that has an issue with making ends meet. You still have plenty you have plenty left over in your account towards the end of the month, unlike other signs who typically may not have that evolved type of maturity yet where they can balance out their spending. You're good at saving. You're good at looking at forward, seeing the forest from the trees, seeing the bigger picture in the end. So you may not, I feel like you've picked up good values from and habits from your family. And they've been a great example when it comes to finances. So you've learned the best and worst and took the overall mean of what they've shown you. You know, the older generation, which I feel like you've seen, were penny pinchers. They're rich because they never spent. And you're not necessarily like that, but you took the good qualities from that and you don't spend unless necessary. You don't spend, you save and save and save, but you're not so hard and what's the word for it? You're not to the extreme where you go without or you can't spend a little money on yourself or go out to eat or things like that, okay? But you're very well on when it comes to that. But interesting enough, that is, for some reason, all I'm getting for the recent past is you're good. You're good in that you're very mature when it comes to that. So let's see what else we can get. Let's see the present energy for Aquarians. I don't really see a storyline other than that so far. Ooh, a lot popped out then. So I don't know where that's all going since half the deck fell out. So let's try that again. Make sure some of my cards flipped the wrong way. So let me just, to be fair, flip them back over. Okay, here we go. Aquarian present energy, there we go. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups. This is interesting. This is showing me that there is some type of love situation or emotional situation that is kind of a newer feel for you. This shows a sign of not immaturity, but an experience type of when it comes to this realm. So maybe you're very well off and mature in other forms of your life with school and spending and work and family values and things like that, but not so experienced and mature when it comes to relationships, courting, dating, sharing. I'm getting that kind of babe in the woods vibe for you, Aquarius. So let's see if we can get any more information. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. I've seen that you have maybe been single for a while. And this love thing is going to be kind of new to you. Not love per se, but you see those people that they don't date when they're in school, like their whole high school, and you're like always wondering, why haven't I ever seen them with someone? But they're always very driven. They still participate in activities and are in many different clubs and are very smart and get good grades and social. There's nothing awkward about them, but they just don't date. It's like not a priority to them. And to most, that's not the norm, although it's not abnormal. It's just like, I had some family members that were like that, but then once they did their college thing, they just had different priorities. They put that type of lifestyle, it wasn't that important to them, and their life was just more important. And I feel like that is you. So in simpler terms, I feel like you've been single for a long time and you've been focused on money and family and money. I'm getting like maybe a family business. Something about like family is so strong here. And then so I'm getting that this is very foreign to you, this relationship thing that has you feeling like an amateur, but excited and ready to explore that. Things could be getting more serious, or you're wanting them to be. What I'm also seeing here is that I feel like for a lot of you, or for some of you, that it's somebody that you grew up with, someone you've known for a long time. Of course, you've never dated them, but maybe they grew up on your street, in your neighborhood, or they have been around you for a while. Maybe a childhood friend, although that's not really necessary. I feel like your family knows them and thinks highly of them, Okay. Let's get a little bit more of the present energy. No, let's not do that. Excuse me, let me give it some of my water. Okay. Let's see what Aquarius needs to know about this situation. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups upright, the Hermit, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Cups all upright. Very interesting as the story unfolds, Aquarius. Okay. So, this situationship, that's what I'll call it, because it's I don't know what to call it. I don't know the appropriate word for you. Definitely has you feeling nostalgic. definitely somebody that you know, someone from the past, again, from the past. It's not somebody you've dated or had an intimate exchange with. So my cards fell out, sorry. But I feel like it's a friend. It's a childhood friend, someone you grew up with, somebody that maybe you have been best friends with, someone that's constantly in your vicinity, somebody that's constantly around your family. Kind of getting that this could be a sibling's friend that you've grown up with or seen around your house a lot, you know, so you kind of do grow up with them if you see them with your sibling all the time and they're staying the night and things like that. But I don't necessarily feel that. That could just be for a few. I feel like this was one of your best friends of the opposite sex or same sex, whatever. But I'm getting opposite sex. Someone that's very down to earth, someone that is like tomboyish if they're a female. Yeah. Someone that is very introverted, but not weird, not awkward about it. But they're introverted. Somebody that is like you when it comes to family value, when it comes to religion. They possibly go to your same church or certain, you know, outings that whatever your religion is. So they hold the same traditional values and you like that about them. You know that you wouldn't have to do any convincing or get defensive about values if you were to have something with them in the future or a family with them in the future. And that's very refreshing in its own sense, right? Someone that you would have a very happy home life with, someone that your family already accepts. I do see like, you know, they are already friends with your family. Maybe your family has kind of inclinated in the past that they wish you two would get together. They already feel like a part of the family. Interesting. Okay, so that is what you need to know, is that this is very, I'm not going to say divinely guided because I don't get that. I get that this is right. You're going in the right direction and this has a very good outcome. You would be as happy as you think you would be. I don't know why this is coming up in your energy. I guess as humans, we always look like, well, what's the problem? What's holding you back? And that's kind of an issue that maybe us as humans need to get over, is there may not be a problem. This may be going very well for you and it's just in your current energy. So let's see if there's any challenges that you need to know about. Any challenges, because this all looks fab so far. Very good. Any challenges for Aquarius? Okay, so I'm getting the challenge for you is, that's interesting. You not really making the time for this type of situation in your life. You really not making the time for this person, and kind of unknowingly hurt their feelings, or they quit thinking about you in that sense or trying to pursue something with you in their head. due to your lack of trying. But I'm feeling with your morals, your values of work and family and all that's important, it's like you don't understand the people that don't hold those same values or don't have the same mind frame when it comes to those things. So you haven't realized up until this point of, okay, this is important to me. Now, how do I, you're not really making the time for that sort of thing in your life, not making it a priority. And then B, you don't know how to juggle that. Even if you wanted to, you don't know how to balance that out to where it would be even, give and take. But thirdly, it's like you don't even care enough to try to figure it out. That's what's alarming to me. Not for you alarming, but to the other person. That's really not fair. So this is, I guess, the only issue that would come up here is you not really knowing if you want to put energy in it. Okay. What will be the final outcome for this in the month of March? Too much. Okay. Here we go. Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords. Okay. So for Aquarius, Ace of Swords and Seven of Swords, I see that there will be some words exchange, aka a conversation. I don't feel like this is going to be a long conversation. I do feel like it's going to be over the phone and not via text or email, because you're kind of a old-fashioned, more traditional type of person. I don't get the vibes about this though, because this Seven of Swords speaks of, yes, talk, mouth, oral communication. However, this speaks of like a sneaky type of energy, kind of sneaking away, maybe ulterior motives. So this may be possible, maybe something that your conversation is centered around. Let me see if I can get anything else here. I feel like this other person that you are communicating with, having this conversation with, I keep getting that it's going to be short. It's not going to be very long, 5 minutes or less, just to clear up the air. But I feel like this person is going to kind of insinuate or tell you flat out that they feel like you're just out for yourself, that you just care for yourself, that you only see you and don't really care if how you leave them feeling or how you leave them interpreting your actions, and you just go, and then you leave them to kind of filter out, you leave them alone to filter out and make up their own story about how you feel or don't feel. So yeah, these words are going to be exchanged. Just a short conversation. I don't get much else from that. You'll have to let me know how that conversation goes. Let's get some advice. You know, I'm not one of those tarot readers that's going to give you all the answers of what you should and shouldn't do. This is kind of a guidance to give you a heads up, give you the good and the bad, and leave free will open for you to grow, for you to stay the way you are. It's kind of all up to you. You create your own reality, and you know in your heart, you know what to do. And if you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it anyway. So why would it matter, you know? You can always ask me the best advice, good or bad, but typically I will do that if it's necessary. All right, let's get a few more shuffles and some guidance for Aquarius for this situation in the month of March. One more. Aww. So this is your, if you needed a sign, if you needed a message, this is a soulmate relationship. This is someone that is worth putting in time for. This is someone for you to back up a little bit, slow down, and take your time and really acknowledge them. I could be totally wrong. You could maybe have been acknowledging them, and this is just a current situation that you're going through. Regardless, if you have been wavering and wondering the idea of, is this the right person? Is this the one I should, am I wasting my time? Have we grown into a toxic relationship of me not doing enough or their feelings getting hurt, excuse me, so on and so forth. And I feel like this is just your sign that this is the person that you're supposed to be putting time and effort into. And it is genuine, and it is true, and it is pure, and it is innocent, and it is a soulmate. And you've lived and been together many times before. So I believe what this is saying all in all is, if you ever had a sign to put in the time and energy, this is it, okay? This will have great benefits to it. You'll have, if you don't already, you will have a deep connection with this person, okay? So I hope this resonates and helps you for the month of March, Aquarius. Good vibes to you all. If it doesn't resonate, just let me know in the comment section below. And if not, I will see you next time. Peace and love, Aquarius. Bye.